Oh, Ramy, how much are we talking about here?
Yeah, we're talking about an unprecedented amount here, Betty. Yeah. $40 billion is the amount that's being floated out there, according to our Bloomberg News Enterprise reporters here. Now, if this actually happens, apparently it's going to be going largely to infrastructure revitalization. And interestingly, of course, we know that Donald Trump did campaign on this pledge to revitalize America's infrastructure here. So it's coming at a time that I guess is opportune in a way, opening the door, trying to open the door at least, with this current White House here. Now, this is so far not official, but Donald Trump is scheduled to be going to Saudi Arabia sometime next week, and the news could drop then in order to coincide with his trip. Interestingly, Trump's own son-in-law, Jared Kushner, who has, of course, had his hand in many of Donald Trump's affairs, both domestic and international, is also reported to have played a critical role in this deal here. That is according to a White House official, but that person also spoke on condition of anonymity. And, you know, in fact, all of this is according to people who wanted to be confidential on this matter because it hasn't been official yet. But officials that Bloomberg News has talked to have said that no final decisions have been made. And in fact, there still could yet be a delay in any announcement so far. Yvonne?
And Ramy, the question is, you know, why now? I mean, of course, we've seen oil prices slumping. Is this, you know, the Saudi Arabia's way of, you know, diversifying its way and its investments away from oil?
Yeah, well, you know, this is twofold here. One is that it's an opportunity to get into good favor, to curry favor with the current White House, the new White House here with Donald Trump. In the past few years, in the waning years of the Barack Obama administration, there had been some cooling of ties between Saudi Arabia and the United States. So with Saudi Arabia, they do want to try to reset relations with the country. But in particular, back in 2015, things really went south with the White House and Saudi Arabia when the Barack Obama administration forged that nuclear deal that we remember. And one other thing to point out is that Iran is, of course, Saudi Arabia's Shiite rival in the region. So that, of course, did not play very well there. Right now, though, you are seeing pictures of a meeting with Donald Trump and Saudi Arabia's Deputy Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman at the White House earlier this year. Now, during that time at the White House, he said that it was a, quote, a historic turning point in bilateral relations, clearly trying to spin something more positive there. One other reason here is about the price of oil. And Yvonne, you did mention about diversification here. Looking at the price of oil over the past year to date, you can see it's down by about 8.5% here. And that is part of the reason why the Saudis do want to diversify. They want to throw money elsewhere as their own fortunes in oil start to fall. Particularly, copy to the Bloomberg with me because I want to show you #BTV 7273. The blue line here is the price of oil, but the green bars here are GDP growth by quarter. And you can see that one largely tracks the other. You can see that as we're going down to the 2.0 mark when it comes to normalized oil prices here, that it's also tracking largely with a Q4 GDP that's now coming in at 1.2%, one of its lowest, as you can see, stretching back pretty much all the way to early 2013. So all of this are reasons for why Saudi Arabia wants to curry good favor with the United States here. One quick point here also is that so far in the past year, Saudi Arabia has already thrown in about $50 billion into overseas investment. So with this $40 billion, you can almost double that amount.